We're on a podcast with just guys in a room saying nothing really funny.
Exactly. Fat lesbians, if you listen to the comments.
Welcome to the Birds of a Feather recap. This episode, well, the fucking dirty bitches again. Welcome to the Hero Complex podcast. Suddenly, you're a Japanese lad waking up and you have time travel powers, and you know that you have to save the cheerleader. Being a hero, it's complex. Welcome to the Hero Complex podcast. Does anybody remember that show? No?
Good one.
Cool. I am Patrick Brosnan, your host for this episode. With me, as always, is Adam Green.
Hello.
And Hugh Peacock.
Hello.
We're back again after the storm.
Yeah.
And the thing is, a question I want for both of you, because it's in theme of the podcast. Have you guys ever met a personal hero?
I have, yeah.
Because you probably met a bunch of Chelsea players.
I met Frank Lampard at Parliament, yeah.
At Parliament?
Yeah, at Parliament.
What was it, like U-Tree or something?
It was just me and Frank hunting down all those former light entertainers. No, he was, for our friend of the podcast, Ben Clover.
Oh, yeah.
He's a comedian, great comedian. Look him up if you haven't.
He's the best.
Already. He's also a journalist sometimes. So he wrote for this sports publication that was like some sort of parliamentary paper. And so at the launch of it, they got Frank Lampard to come and do a chat.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a little 10-minute talk.
Yeah.
He was introduced by like Fiona Bruce. And then who's the guy who did Daily Politics?
Andrew Marr?
No, Andrew.
The bigger guy.
The guy who went and did GB News.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
Yeah, he then headlined and he smashed.
Editor of The Spectator.
Yeah, that guy. He smashed. But anyway, so I got to meet Frank Lampard there.
Andrew Neil,
yeah, he smashed. Yeah, Frank did all right. Anyway, Frank had like 2 security with him, and as he was leaving, so I didn't get to talk to him, but Ben ran up and he went, "Excuse me, Frank, I know you're trying to leave, but can my friend just meet you? He's your biggest fan. All his passwords are your name." Nice. And Frank Lampard went, "I don't think you're supposed to tell people that." So then I had to change all my passwords to make sure Frank Lampard didn't steal my identity.
I let Frank Lampard into my fucking Facebook, you know? I'm not even a Chelsea fan. I think it'd be just funny.
Yeah. He kept poking your exes.
Oh, God.
It's Frank Lampard, not John Terry.
Yeah. Well, Frank Lampard would be like, the thing is, I went on your Facebook and I had a great old time, but seriously, you should change your password. That's how he talks. Always very jokey, then gets very serious.
I actually met Brian O'Driscoll, a previous hero of mine on this podcast.
Yeah. When'd you meet him?
I was at the Heineken Cup final a couple of years ago in Twickenham, and he was presenting a show from there, one of the pundits, him and Lawrence Delalio, an ex-England player. And so I saw them walking along, and I pulled, the old classic. I was like, "Oh, Lawrence, could you take a picture of me and Brian O'Driscoll?" The usual.
Yeah, nice.
Cheeky stuff, But, the old ones always kill. Brian, Lawrence hated it. I was like, this couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah.
And, it was. Oh, and then when I took the picture, I got it really wrong, and I had to go and meet him again. It was embarrassing,
What do you mean you got it wrong?
I kind of just fucked it. I didn't take it well,
Wait.
So it was a good.
I think I got me basically. I was like, yes.
Your thumb over the lens.
So you did so Lawrence Delalio didn't take
No,
it wasn't his.
No, he said fuck off. He was very no. I don't like that joke. He's a poor guy. He's probably, because he's a convicted felon, isn't he? So he's probably
Who, Lawrence Delalio?
I think he got done for selling cocaine.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, when he was an apprentice rugby player.
Anybody looking for some Delalio?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because he couldn't be England rugby captain when that came out or something.
Correct.
All right. Yeah, the picture of me and Frank Lampard was pretty bad, actually. I just had my hair done and I looked like a really fat lesbian.
In the comments...
Someone's, can you stop calling us fat lesbian? We'll fucking hate it.
If somebody thinks they're clever, be like, he still looks like a fat lesbian. You're not.
Yes, we're fat. Yes, we love with the puss. But we're not fat lesbians. I'm not good at badminton. I don't know how to fix a light switch.
Fucking driven a Subaru.
Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere in Hollywood.
Yeah, so have you met any of your heroes?
No, I've still not met my mum or my dad.
I have. Maybe he's closer than you think.
Oh god, that hurt. That really hurt. Like every time I touch holy water, that's what that felt like. No, I've not met any heroes. I don't think. Is there anyone any hero you'd want to meet?
Well, that's a good question.
Right, probably some other Irish guy, some other Chelsea guy.
Yeah, almost
Damien Duff. We could both meet Damien Duff. That will
Damien
work.
Duff would be the king getting this podcast. But
Duff man. No, that's not me. No, was it based on you? No, I'm an Irish footballer. Oh, you're not the mascot for the Simpsons. You look pretty yellow. No.
that'd be good. That was 2 birds. One
Yeah,
stone.
let's get on the phone.
Yeah.
Damien Duff.
100%. Damien Duff, if you're listening, which I know you are.
In Thailand.
Really?
I think, is he still managing a club out in Ireland, Damien Duff?
I think so. Last I heard. I don't know.
I reckon we're the only podcast talking about Damien Duff in the world right now.
No, probably not.
No?
No, there's a podcast for everything.
Yeah, have you never heard the Guys We Fucked podcast? They're talking about Damien Duff right now.
Both of them just like, you two? Fucking moves.
Yeah.
Is that real podcast?
Yeah.
It's only on Patreon. They're killing us, yeah.
Yeah, 2 New York comedians. It originally talked about the guys they fucked and then just went into like sex and
Yeah. It's real.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
It's like that call her daddy kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Just like a lady talking about fucking.
Oh, it's female comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
They're allowed podcasts too now.
More's the pity.
We're on podcast, just guys in a room saying nothing really funny.
Exactly. Fat lesbians.
Yeah.
If you listen to the comments.
Welcome to the Birds of a Feather recap. This episode, well, the fucking dirty bitches again. And they're derived from the Men Behaving Badly podcast. Well, the men never behaved that badly.
No, they stayed in a lot.
Yeah, they say they were just eating beans and like, oh, still behaving badly, aren't you?
Yeah.
Drink a few cans and eat some beans. Yeah?
There's one thing about that show that always intrigued me. There's in the intro of it, they had several, but there's cans on the barbecue, like a running barbecue, and one of them tries to pick up a can and like, oh, that's hot. I'm like, yeah, you've been barbecuing cans. Is that behaving bad?
It's carling.
Carling on a barbecue.
The best way to serve a carling.
Yeah, because they
Piping hot.
They misheard the Australian phrase. Well, carling on the barbecue.
What Australian phrase is that?
I mistook it for shrimp on the barbie.
Okay.
So shrimp on the carling on the barbie.
Yeah.
Call me maybe.
Yeah. Men Behaving Badly, not that good a show.
The best thing was the theme tune.
We'll never get Clunes now.
Ah, well.
Oh, he's weird, Clones. Honestly, he looks like Wallace and Gromit had a kid and was a real guy. He's got like big red lips. He's like, oh, hello.
He's not looking
Weird,
good for sure.
yeah.
He's not looking good
Yeah,
for sure.
you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? You're allowed to say
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, Martin Clunes. These guys think you look weird.
I'm not even remotely sorry, Martin Clunes. You come fucking find me, I'll find you.
Sorry, Martin Clone. You're like a fucking prick. Like Play-Doh.
I love how I've known you a while now. Most of his anecdotes from like
Oh, don't do that.
pre-2019 involve like threatening to fight someone.
That's just my act.
Yeah.
It's just me on stage being like, you, everybody else I'll fight.
Yeah, you're the Cat Williams of the UK. Remember when we fought that little boy in the playground? Got beat up by a 13-year-old. Get away from me, little boy. Choked up.
Gets a kid.
Exactly.
Because cat's a cat in that.
Yeah.
Cats.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Snoop Dogg's new TV show.
Yeah, cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs.
Oh yeah, where they both played like washed up weathermen. That'd be great.
in dresses, getting the fucking dress can.
Well, no, they both need to be weathermen and also kings of their country. It's raining cats and dogs.
Yeah. That one you really have to see written down.
Yeah. Well, don't see it written down because who the fuck wrote this shit?
It's not raining wrong.
Oh, your dad runs the network. Okay. Your dad is Dave Illuminati.
You changed your name from Patrick Bruce to Hanber.
That's a town in South Africa.
It's so funny when we do jokes that are from episodes that might not be out yet.
In about 4 episodes, people are going to really get that.
Seriously, one day we'll write a map about how to listen to the episodes so that all the references make sense.
It's like, you know, people have timelines about like Doctor Who episodes and what episodes, like River Song and the Doctor together. With this podcast, like, look at the shirts. They clearly didn't bring a change. No, look at the
shirts are the key.
Yeah, and how slurry the words. That way we can really piece together.
Like the cans. The cans on the table. That's a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could actually, if you could be bothered, you could cut the end of one episode with the start of the next one.
Yeah, you could
really have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by God, that's a great way to spend your Friday evening.
You're right, Adam. That does sound like fun.
Listen, if you're on a loose end,
hey, I've not been drinking.
Babe, come to bed. I'm meditating here at the You don't understand, you witch.
Couldn't you just share this interest with me?
Look. In the Osama bin Laden versus Wonder Woman, there are 4 cans on the table. And then Ben Affleck versus the Grinch. There's 5. But he's still wearing the green shirt. That must be recorded on the same night. Listen. I know we don't have to share all interests. We have to share at least one. I don't do couch to 5K. I don't do makeup tutorials.
I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians for 2 seasons. Yeah. You can at least watch hours of these fat drunk men.
I kept up with them, honey. I kept up. All right. Stop crying. Oh, go to your mothers.
Yeah.
I know you
take the fucking kids.
I know you're part of Nexium. Where's the money gone?
I met. Should we? Never mind.
Well, you met someone next.
No, we met your ex. She said she doesn't listen anyway. But she was saying, she's like, I'm a terrible mother. I abandoned our dog, and I said, don't worry about it. I abandoned a wife and 2 children, and she believed it. I was like, well, that's me now.
Well, that's what.
I've just I've made a stupid joke, and then later on the night she said it to me again. I was like, yep.
How can you abandon a wife and kid?
Like, yeah, fucking, why not? She asked how the kids were. I was like, I don't fucking care.
You abandoned a dog? Maybe look in the mirror.
Exactly. Get down off your high horse.
Yeah. Probably abandon that as well. I've abandoned my horse. My child.
His family really love that horse, though.
I drink your milkshake. I'm reminding my heart.
Drink it up.
That's why I'd love to meet Daniel Day-Lewis.
I know, that's...
As long as he's not in a movie at that point, because he'll be like, oh, hello, I'm about to free slaves. Like, no, can I talk to Daniel? I want to talk to Abraham. Because he doesn't know what TikTok is. On the show, it's, what is this fabulous contraption? No, you're an Irishman from today. You're not Abraham Lincoln.
He's sadly very English.
Please stop saying the N-words. You're not Abraham Lincoln.
Why are they all walking around like this?
Yeah. My friend Jim. No, his name is Jim.
Mark Twain, quite a guy.
No.
Daniel Day-Lewis, English.
I think that's Irish.
Yeah, I know, me too. Very disappointed to find out. I think he has Irish, like, heritage.
Is he Irish like I'm Irish?
He sounds like you.
Well, we obviously did an Irish gig.
Yes.
As opposed to an Irish jig, which... Welcome back to Radio. Well, most of I think we did okay as non-Irish sounding Irish people.
I did worse. I capitulated completely. And again, told the entire audience I hate them. So kind of going one of my...
It was quite an interesting play by the promoter, Joe Neal. Hi, Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Going, right, we've got some Irish comedians on for you. So the first two aren't Irish.
Yeah. Well, not Irish. Well,
but to be fair, what he cleverly did was, if you'll notice, when we were on stage, there was about 6 people in the bar. And then when we finished, the place was packed. I was like, what's happening? so the whole place, basically, we're like, there's comedy and then there's music. Wouldn't bother with the
Yeah, he said that on stage. Yeah, it's like, don't worry, there'll be music later.
Yeah.
Oh, the music was great, but like,
It was.
Come on, we're on stage. Give it.
I know.
Man.
I know.
Oh, and there was a play in the middle.
The play.
Never seen that at a gig before.
Yeah, well, the Irish Creative Collective do this good thing where they're like, we're going to promote everything. So sometimes it'll be like poetry, but he'll always put the comedy on first because he's like, comedy can't really follow anything. Like, if it's...
Yeah, it can. Could have followed a play and poetry.
Oh, it can't follow music.
It can't follow music.
No.
But I think
Music trumps
the reason
comedy.
the play is put on after is because that way, because play people, right, they're somehow more self-indulgent than comedians.
Yeah.
I'm saying this even though some of them might be listening. I'm sorry, but because
Go write a play.
One of the few ways I promote this podcast is in the Irish Creative Collective.
I was just 10 minutes sliding one off. That'd be good.
So basically, what happens is they'll put on the play after because the play people, maybe there's 3 people in that play, they all bring people because they're like, oh, please come and watch our play.
Yeah.
And so then we have a bit of an audience, in theory. Not that night, but in theory. That's the... Yeah. So that's it. Because they're not going to hang around and listen to comedy after they finish their play. They'll be like, no, we've already seen what artistic genius looks like.
Yeah.
Don't need to hear about Hugh's malfunctioning dick.
Yeah, they were already sat in full regalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing valor.
Like a soldier sat in the front.
Yeah.
And in prison.
Stay here, you Irish soldiers.
That whole 5 minutes was probably unlistenable for anybody who wasn't there.
But you get into our life, which is what you listened for.
Yes.
One day we'll just say our postcodes, and then you can and come complain about the podcast in person.
We call us fat right to our face.
They say the camera has £10. How many cameras are on you?
How many cameras?
3, dickhead.
Did you eat that thing?
Well done on stealing 2 jokes from Friends.
Are they from Friends?
Both.
Like,
Oh, really?
like the show or literal friends?
No, the show.
Oh, well, they're not my friends. They're enemies.
That's
They
why.
will be now.
That's why I fucking did for Chandler.
You thought that top was hot, Chandler. Welcome to hell. No, shall I go? No, that's different.
So we did that. We did that gig together.
In Hammersmith. We also did Hammersmith
we
together.
did Hammersmith. Well, we did
haven't-
that.
Yeah, Pat was there though.
Yeah, Pat was there drinking.
Yeah.
I don't live outside the existence of these 2 men.
This is like Fight Club. To anybody else, there's just me and Adam. There's just Pat here.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Adam or Hugh to text me. Something. Like, I've got a text from everyone. I was like, well, it's not Adam or Hugh. When I come to the tit party, I'm in the bird watching group.
There's talks of a canal.
Yeah.
No, I actually meant. So you had a really good gig Wednesday. You actually won a competition on Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yeah, Club Up the Creek, they have a show called The Blackout.
Yeah.
It's for open micers, really, but I haven't done it for a while. Not to demean open micers, but, get a job. None of you, listen, just don't complain to me that you're not funny. You won't be funny until 5 years in, sorry. You're not Eddie Murphy. There's only one Eddie Murphy, and that's Cat Williams. Right?
That's good, 'cause it's got Luke.
Yeah, I'm looking dead in the eyes when I say that. No, but you go and it's one of those gigs where the audience, if they don't like you, if enough of them don't like you, they can boot you off stage.
Yeah.
I was very arrogant when I got there. I drank before I went.
Yeah.
They gave me the lineup. I was like, I'm in the second half. I'm going to go to the pub across the road. Came back in before the second half, and the room was packed.
Yeah.
The most packed I've ever seen up the creek. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, I would just do 4 minutes and go. I was like, these are people to impress here.
Yeah.
I came and see Oliver Moore.
Yeah.
Very
funny.
Very funny. Came second on the night. Sorry, Oliver.
Not fucking funny enough.
And then I did it, and then it's a blur, really. But did very well. But the 5 minutes ended on a punchline.
Perfect.
So it looks like so professional.
Yeah.
I said thank you to everyone at the end of the night that won. And the promoter says, we'll get you on weekends. And I've officially got a weekend booked in for Up the Creek.
Class.
Sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
October 2026.
Anybody
I'm
gets to
busy.
see Pat, well, I'm actually doing cafe mode that night. I can't miss out a free pizza. So
Well, the thing is, I can't even do the gig because I'm at the Giggle Gaff. No. You know, if it's a Giggle Gaff, I was by Henry Gaff. His dad invented the tape. So it's quite rich. It's kind of a Napo baby. Henry Gaff.
he had to change it.
Had to change his name. He used to be Henry Cello. But they're like, no son of mine is getting into that business.
Yes.
Yes, well done, Pat.
Well done, Pat.
No, thank you. I don't want to bring up because it's very inside baseball, that chat. Speaking of Adam, you just got into a baseball team.
Don't tell us about the games. Tell us about the behind the scenes.
What are the rules of baseball?
Right. So what happens in baseball, right, is so you get really bad at baseball and then Brad Pitt will call you up and say, I've got an idea.
Yes.
And then change your position and change your life. And then you've got to meet Jonah Hill, which is less fun. But
Yeah, there's money on my balls.
There's only one way to get it.
Go ahead. Fuck Jonah.
I really don't know a lot about baseball at all. Do either of you?
I went to that game.
I've seen baseball, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you.
We both went pretty much straight from fucking Adams.
Yeah.
I fucking fell asleep outside the stadium.
That's a real baseball game. An Irish guy falls asleep outside of it. What is it, the Red Sox?
Basically, just kept myself alive for the fucking few hours of it. I was like,
Every baseball game I've been to, I've been up all night the night before.
oh God.
And the thing is, because it's usually at Wembley or the London Stadium, somewhere huge, the drinks aren't cheap. But I can't drink through it. Like £7.50 a pint, you can't drink.
Cost of not drinking would have been too great on that occasion for me to not drink through it. I got obliterated all over again. It was tough. It was a tough day.
And but the one that day they had a special, which was a 2-foot-long hot dog.
Yeah.
With everything on it.
It was a freak.
So like chili, like jalapenos, nachos, tons of stuff on it. And it's to be shared between two people. And
That's what.
and
How many did you eat?
4.
4 people. Okay, now if you're in the comments,
Yeah. How many cameras were in that hot dog? But no, the 2 people in front of me sharing it, and it comes in a box with a handle. But everything is so when they got the handle broke and the hot dog just dropped.
I seen some of them on the floor.
And it's just like the floor was like, how?
I see.
If you've drunk and you drop flights, your food is like, top layer. Can I get the top layer or something?
I seen some of them on the floor while I was laying on the floor having a sleep.
Someone pointed at you. That's not a 2-foot-long hot dog. Your dick was out.
Like, I didn't know they sold extremely miniature versions of that with extra bread.
How did that hot dog stand?
Why has it got so many nachos on it?
I didn't know they served crabs with a hot dog. A seafood hot dog. Weird experiment.
fucking what's
This hot dog's curving to the left. Right.
anyway, mushroom at the end. Something about that.
Edit mushroom to before the crab bit. Right, it's time to do the.
Yes, we
time
did.
to do the show.
I don't know.
Right.
I'm such a serious guy.
Okay. Yeah. I just. Hey, we're taking it loose. Yeah. As so do our heroes, or do they? Kinda.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one because it seems I'm not spoiled either, but it seems we like a lot on this show. And we kind of relate to both of them. I think this will be a hard one to decide. So, Adam, please first. Your hero.
Oh well, this episode I had London Calling because I've fought the law and the law won, and I hope I didn't train in vain. You don't clamp down for the guns of bricks. That I had this all worked out in my head.
Yeah.
I was just going to list Clash songs.
Yeah.
My hero this week is the lead singer of the legendary punk band The Clash, Joe Strummer.
Nice.
That's who I've gone with.
I think a great choice. Joe Strummer.
Yeah, musical hero of mine. Obviously lived a lot of my life like him. He too was raised with a load of money. Secretly.
Two. Was, yeah. That's not funny. Sorry.
I was bad so hesitant.
Yeah, that's like the least. That's probably the cutest thing I've ever said on the show. Q, your hero.
My hero this week. I don't know if you know this. I've been keeping a little bit of a secret from you guys. I am in fact Irish.
What?
And my hero this week. He fired the first shots in the Irish War of Independence. He was the most wanted man, had the highest bounty on his head during the Irish War of Independence. His name is Dan Breen. He was supposedly fatally shot 3 different times. They gave him his last rites and he just kept surviving. This guy is incredible. Dan Breen.
Right.
So you might have to explain some things for them because a lot of the listeners might not know, Dan Breen. Mainly because we live in the UK where we're not taught anything about Irish history, apart from that we're just a bit uppity. I thought Dan Breen was uppity, but they were uppity. Yeah.
Very trigger happy.
Uppity, make a cup of tea. That's a British motto.
He was a sensationally uppity guy, this Dan Breen.
Right, so first question, just to get a bit more background on our heroes. When did you first hear of your heroes? Hugh, when were you first aware of Dan Breen?
So he is kind of taught in history, not very specifically, but an uncle of mine who'd be very into history gave me his book, which is one of the very few first-hand like autobiographies from the War of Independence.
Wow, okay.
It's called My Fight for Irish Freedom.
Yeah.
And it's Dan Breen's autobiography from birth until the end of the War of Independence. Kind of glosses over the Civil War. He was a bit sad about the Civil War. But yeah, that was, and it's a fantastic book. It's probably the best book about the Irish War of Independence. And so he was, in 1919, they hadn't started the war yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talking, like, we should be trying to do this politically, we should try and negotiate with England. And so Dan Breen decided, well, if we're going to have a war, we're going to have to kill someone. So he just went to the cop shop and killed 2 lads. Him and a couple of his friends. And they stole a load of explosives.
Yeah, he's a fucking staunch hard bastard.
Yeah, real tough guy. And so that starts the war off then. And that's when everybody gets involved. Dan Breen's best friend is a guy called Sean Tracy, another serious hero. But
that's a girl's name.
Sean
Tracy Beacon Irish.
Sean Tracy Burke. He had to change his name to make it in the IRA.
I'm just very aware that if I say anything from either side of this war, I'm going to sound like I'm...
No, but well, the thing is, all wars.
Even though my
Joe,
family were out in Ireland when all the
This guy was in Tipperary.
my family are from Tipperary. It's a long way. So
my family were in Brazil hiding from something. I don't know what.
Well, I know for a
tax
fact,
on the TV
as soon as I say anything like, it's a load of bollocks, people would be like, you English bastard. Yeah. It's like, no, my family were out there. It's like, oh, well, that doesn't count. It's like, well, I didn't do anything.
Well, at the moment, the question is, where did you hear of Strummer? Well,
yeah. So
were you a childhood fan of The Clash?
Childhood fan of The Clash. Got into The Clash about 14 or so. A bit late. But yeah, I thought they were really good. You know, because I went down to sort of punk rock, kind of Blink-182, Green Day. They got a bit more like serious with it. So, and then it got really into
Casbah, very serious.
No, but that's ska and reggae and all that. Rather than Green Day, which is like, are you from America? You're an idiot.
Caption that right there.
I hate bed bugs. So
I'm going to start my smear campaign now by saying The Clash sang I Fought the Law. Dan Breen really put his money where his mouth was on that one.
Yeah, that is true.
It was
it's such an interesting thing. Like, because here's the first question. I mean, it's debatable with The Clash of the punk band. Do they have punk origins? Definitely, but they get ska, reggae, and everything into the influences. And Dan Breen, like, who do you think is the most anti-establishment between one of the hugest punk bands of all time, The Clash, who started a movement, and Dan Breen, who founded the movement as well?
Yes, indeed. Dan Breen shot a number of police officers, which
yeah. I mean, say he should fight for the laws of song. Sorry.
So
he didn't have any police on his back.
Another Dan Breen story. So after the opening shots of the War of Independence, he had to go on the run, and so him and three of his friends are on the run. And one night anyway, Sean Hogan was one of his friends' names.
There's a lot of Sean's in this.
He's been on the run for.
That's an Irish story.
He's been on the run for about 6 months, and he's like, I gotta go and see the missus, for God's sakes. It's getting out of hand now. I've been sleeping in the bog next to these fucking hairy cunts. So he goes off to see the bird anyway. The police somehow catch wind of it, and they capture him. And so they take him to the train, and they're gonna bring him off to Dublin and execute him. And so Dan Breen and Sean Tracy head down to the train. They get on the train and they just shoot about 6 of them and steal him back. Dan Breen couldn't be killed. He was shot in the lung and the arm, and Sean Tracy was shot in the face.
Yeah.
And they walked away from it. It's unbelievable what these guys did. These are more like actual heroes than anybody we've had on this podcast before.
It's hard to do that.
Depends what side you're on. It sounds like they might be war criminals. Yeah, a lot of our listeners. The people of Thailand will not have a lot of time for Dan Breen.
No. We can't stop talk. We can't keep talking over each other, all right? And also, one person's war criminals, another person's The Clash. That's the common phrase, right?
Maybe something like that.
But people still listen to Clash to this day, and they're anti-establishment.
Yeah. Go on, finish that question.
Anti-establishmentarian.
Oh, I remember my anti-establishment. She was so nice. Her
and anti-history.
The Clash very anti-establishment. Probably not as anti-establishment as killing 5 policemen in cold blood. But don't pull the face. They were on up.
But the fact that they promoted the message without having to murder. Well, if you call it murder. Having to kill.
He called it murder himself in that clip I sent you earlier today.
I watched the clip and I was scared for my life.
He's like...
I thought, watching that clip, I thought, I've been put on the list.
I sent him a clip of Dan Breen is interviewed like 2 years before he dies, and he's old, but he's just like, the only thing I regret from that time is I didn't get to kill more of them.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Also,
it's this little old man.
when you told me I'm doing Dan Breen, I thought you meant there's this filmmaker called Something Breen who makes terrible films. and I was like, why have you picked him, man? And then you send the clip and it's like, I want to murder all these bosses. Like, fucking hell, I didn't know a murderer made so many shit films. Neil Breen, if you've ever heard of him.
The film seemed the lesser of his crimes.
Adam slowly putting the mic back in. Thank you for that, dear.
Yeah, no, I'm really scared to say that the Clash are better than Dan Breen. I feel like I'm going to get a bullet in the post.
Well, controversial, because if it was a Clash in charge, would they got all 6 counties back? No. Come on, we're having fun here.
Well, Joe Strummer wasn't just part of the Clash as well. He was originally in a band called the 101ers, and he was the lead in that, and then linked up with Mick Jones and Paul Simon from the London SS.
Which one's with the Gravedigger?
Which is a pretty chill name.
Which one's the Gravedigger?
Funny enough, Dan Breen also pro-Nazi.
Okay. So he was in the 101ers, then he was in the Clash, and then after the Clash, he had a lot of solo work with Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. But most importantly, and I think you'll be most impressed with this, when Shane MacGowan was kicked out of the Pogues in 1991, he filled in for him on tour.
That's class.
So he was the lead singer of not only the Clash, also the Pogues.
That's good.
But what was Joe Strummer the Gravedigger? Or was that Paul Simon?
I don't know. Kind of work.
One of the questions was, who do you think?
Computer.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi's broken, isn't it?
Oh shit.
I don't think.
Because one of the questions was, who dug more graves? But
well.
No.
It doesn't sound like Dan Breen bothered to stop and have a memorial for any of these guys.
He wasn't like in the Goodfellas, like, I dug a hole before.
Yeah, I've dug a hammer. So that was my.
It might be 0-0 on that question.
Yeah, no, I don't think. Maybe he would have buried his own, but I don't know of any stories of it.
Right. Well, okay. Well, how about this then?
Yeah.
Who sung the most memorable songs?
What was this thing?
Me remembering the question.
Okay.
Pat, I really like the clicking. I think that's really good.
I don't think that's going to do much for us. But, look, I think we need to have a team meeting on this.
Not what? No, we're not. We've never had that's our first team meeting about the clicks.
It's got to be other clicks.
Do we remember more? The music of the Clash or the Irish Rebel music?
Well, Dan is the feature in like the Galtee Mountain Boys, but he isn't the feature.
No, but the music. I'm not saying I don't think he has to have a number one here.
Oh yeah. Well then, yeah, Irish Rebel song's definitely better.
Well, I'm not saying the better. What's more sung?
Well, okay, maybe the Clash is sung more, but it will not be sung for as long as Irish Rebel songs.
Well, I know the Clash has existed for over 10 years.
Yeah, it's true.
Irish Rebel since what? Brexit?
Oh boy.
Should I stay or should I go? Rock the Casbah, London Calling, I Fought the Law.
I think we can agree there's a lot of overlap.
I'm All Lost in the Supermarket.
Train in
Spanish
Vain.
Bombs. Train in Vain, which was number one in the US.
Yeah.
Really? That was the one?
English Civil War. They did a song. That one. You might like that. It's got war in it.
Yeah. Disgusting. The only thing I like about that is English people getting killed.
Yeah, but you know what's killed English people? Next question.
Feel like that's like kind of strong one. Might have picked in a bit too hard.
Please, silence. Could a Freaky Friday situation? They swap jobs.
Okay.
They swap who does better? Paul Strummer, Joe Strummer.
Right. Well, Joe Strummer would definitely win this one. He was the son of an army general or whatever, some sort of army guy. So he knows
Army general or whatever.
An army
How far
guy.
does whatever go? Like cleaner?
Yeah.
He was an army cleaner.
I clean the army.
He was the son of Captain Tom. He stole a spa.
So Joe Strummer would definitely be all right at rebelling. Like,
okay.
He did like minor crimes and stuff and probably knew how to hold a gun, I would guess.
Minor crimes like steal the canary.
He was brought up on an army base, if I remember rightly. So
Dan Breen, probably not the best singer-songwriter.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
we might lose on this one.
But Joe Strummer was helped by a singer-song. I mean, the Clash was very much a collaborative effort. I know Strummer was the main voice.
He wasn't the only voice. So Mick Jones sung some of them as well, like Should I Stay or Should I Go?
Well,
well, then Dan Breen probably do it fine. Let somebody else do the work. Bye. Just sit backwards.
Yeah, could he play rhythm guitar?
yeah. Will you do specifically his life?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he would have been great at being the son of an army general or whatever.
Yeah. A Freaky Friday, you just have a weekend at each other's.
Well, actually, yeah. So the first thing.
God, I'm Dan Breen.
But first thing Dan Breen probably does is kill Joe Strummer's dad. He's been fighting for years. So yeah, that's probably not a good shout. Yeah.
I want this one back. Well, my dad's dead, and people think the Clash are shit.
He keeps singing, "I fought the law and I very much won." The law's all dead and I'm fucking living at large.
Joe, those aren't the lyrics, man. Those aren't the lyrics. Because we're Jacko. Joe, these aren't the lyrics. These aren't the lyrics, man.
That was actually not a bad impression of Mick Jones until you did the Jaggers.
Joseph Strummer. Those aren't the lyrics.
But so Strummer's had such an influence on loads of people as well.
Yeah, of course. Have you seen
Too many to list?
Yeah.
Have you seen your heroes live?
Sadly not. Joe Strummer died at the age of 50 in 2002.
But you're alive then.
Breen
I was alive. But...
You're a young Protestant boy wandering around the streets of Brixton.
I'm not Protestant. I did grow up in Brixton, sort of.
Well,
yeah,
I was a young gun in Brixton.
Said
Streatham, but no one knows where that is. But,
yeah, that's where you want to keep it.
Street.
Keep trying to fucking desperately hide it from the people of Brixton.
We need to stop talking over each other.
There is no fucking place called Streatham.
I was the Brixton end of Streatham.
Yeah.
Brixton.
Brixton bus garage was at the end of my road.
Yeah.
It
has buses, but it's a garage. What? Call it a bus hole.
Yeah. I've grown up next to Brixton bus hole. Oh, yeah.
No, I've not seen Dan Breen live. He died in the late 60s also.
But you were just a little boy running around Brixton.
I was only a little boy running around Brixton at that time.
Yeah.
And Dan Breen had been a politician for some years at that point.
Yeah, part of Fianna Fáil.
Fianna Fáil, yes.
Yep. Irish words are so hard. Man.
As in Fianna Fáil.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Sort of.
The Fianna Fáil.
It's a bit murkier after that.
I'm fearing a fall.
So he was a politician.
He was a politician.
Sounds pretty establishment to me.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. He fought and then was in the Civil War, fought again, and then he entered politics to try and get back the 6 counties that, again, Britain had held back from us. So, I'd say...
Did he achieve his goal?
Well,
there's a few counties missing.
Yeah. So he failed.
But what was Joe Strummer's goal?
To make music. Bless you. And he did. And sold millions of albums along the way.
Oh, it sounds pretty establishment to me.
Selling things. Well, some of it he just gave away. Bless you.
I could have done better to chuck him on the floor in front of you.
To be honest with you, that seemed almost disrespectful.
Yeah.
Wipe yourself off.
Wipe yourself off, man. You dead.
Here's a fucking toe.
Yeah.
Get out of my house.
Next question. What about the shirt?
Joe Strummer would really like that shirt.
Like, but one button, two?
I'd say 3.
Not 3.
Well, we did.
It's hard to compare a punk rock musician to an Irish rebel who killed people.
I think that's true of anyone we'd have had.
I mean,
another Dan Breen story?
Yeah, another Dan Breen story.
Okay, right.
I feel like it's going to really upset me.
So, Dan Breen...
Who's fucking your mum?
Dan Breen was in Streatham.
In the secret 4th hole.
Dan Breen was in Streatham. And he... Dan Breen.
Street ham.
Dan Breen. That's what they called Adam's mum at the time.
No, I think Adam's mum. Adam's mum's the saint.
You brought it. Oh, bastard. You've made me a scumbag in this.
1 point taken away. And I will give it to charity.
Well, Captain Tom's charity, anyway.
Again, another. We don't know what's.
Yeah, go on, please.
Well, Dan Breen was nearly captured in Dublin, and he was inside the bedroom. He hears them all come in. He throws a grenade down the stairs. About 6 soldiers. Throws himself out the window, the 2nd story. Lands right in front of the officer in charge. The officer thinks biggest payday of all time. No bother. Dan Breen shoots him in the face. Gets shot 4 times. Again, somehow escapes. Again, administered.
Is Dan Breen secretly Rasputin?
The guy, apparently when he got his autopsy, they pulled like so much lead out of him. Because at that time, they weren't like doing surgeries when they were on.
Yeah, he had an autopsy.
Yeah.
Did he get one of the vaccines? Suffer from autopsy.
I think.
Have I got that wrong? The vaccines give you autopsy.
I think they make you gay. Adams have several.
Did you know Gay changed his name? He used to be Gaberstein. Like a cool Joe Strummer. Cool Joe Strummer story.
Cool Joe Strummer story. He was always cool, man. Everything he did was cool. He played huge gigs in like Brockwell Park.
He played Iago.
He was
School's production.
What, in Aladdin? The little bird fella.
The bird fella.
That's a
point from him, surely.
So tell you one cool thing he really did was he was in South Park in 1998.
Really?
Yeah, in the Chef Aid episode.
Oh, okay.
Did he voice himself, or did they just take the piss out of him?
He voiced himself, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, he was. I think it was Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros, if I remember rightly, were on stage, and he was playing one of the songs from, I think, the Pink album that came out. But it could have been X-Ray Style. I don't know. I've been guessing.
Sounds really good. Sounds like it made a real mark on you. Sounds like it's something that you'll remember in over 100 years' time.
I've seen it 26 years.
Dan Breen in any TV shows apart from the news.
Crime Watch.
Well, no, he wasn't nicking an iPod. He was killing me. All right. Set your gas detectors to stun because someone fires outside the shooting policeman. Yeah.
Yes, he was.
He's a rogue trader. This guy still sings.
Ross Kemp on IRA. Danny Dyer meets Ireland's hardest. Okay,
No, I've not met this Dan Breen before, but my bum is flapping. Apparently he makes these weird shit films on YouTube and then killed a ton of people.
It's an unbelievable film on YouTube. Anybody who hasn't watched the Dan Breen interview on YouTube,
I'll talk about
just
Neil
go and
Breen.
watch it. Oh, Neil Breen.
Yeah. Real cream. Anyway, do we have final arguments to make?
Well, I would like to hear a question.
Did you have to hear a question?
Yeah.
Well, do you want one of our standards?
Roy Keane. That's the one I mean.
No, Roy King, I think Roy King's too biased for this one.
Yeah.
What would they be like as a lover/partner? Yeah, Adam first, because you've been first for a lot of this.
Quite rhythmic.
Yeah, nice.
Not on the run, so that's always good in a partner.
Put more songs in.
Put more songs in. Oh,
Should I say I should have come?
He really rocked my ass, man.
Yeah. Right, this was 20 minutes. This was 20 minutes. Yeah. Run a train in vain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police on my back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, please come on back. Come on. London moaning?
London. London.
Oh no, there's something better than not London Coming.
Yeah.
London Calling Girl.
Oh,
London Call Girl or something?
there's something there. Yeah.
There, come back to that one.
Listeners in the comments. More corners fat.
If you put in something about us being fat on it,
Yeah.
and we know it's you, Thailand.
Yeah. And start with Clash Sex Off versus Can Cream. Dan Breen.
You're trying.
Someone needs some of this bloody show. Yeah, did you find more songs on the phone?
But the internet's not working.
Oh, God damn it.
The thinking.
Dan Breen's famous book, My Fight for Irish Pre-Cum. That's the worst joke.
Spanish loads.
Spanish.
Spanish bums.
Yeah, Spanish bums.
Spanish bums.
Spanish bums. Bumming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah. Okay, well, I think we're there.
We've got an album. We've got a greatest hits.
Dun, 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 dun. London bum. No, London, what was it called? London Colgan, found a way down. Your dress coming down.
Cat Williams.
Why you be pimping?
Dress is falling down, Cat Williams.
Your dress is falling down, Cameron.
Oh, God.
Okay, well, I suppose we get to a final decision, right?
I think so.
This is the hardest one. I think this. No, it's so because I think Joe Strummer's influences. You can't argue that the Clash were the biggest bands. And Joe Strummer's a big part of that.
Biggest part of it.
But in terms of cool,
biggest band.
no, they weren't the biggest band. They are a big band,
Yeah,
and,
big band.
And their music will be listened to for another 100 years. But the effects. Dan Breen has caused and a struggle that still goes on, and a bunch of cool stories as well.
Cool
It's
stories.
very cool.
This is
There's a lot going on
A
here.
lot of very cool stories.
But I think the greatest hero is Joe Strummer.
yes.
That's insanity.
Yes.
He won. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Pat?
Thanks.
No,
You made a terrible decision here.
Is this a terrible?
No, that's a great decision.
You've
It's
made
a
a
great
terrible
decision. No, he's
decision.
made his decision.
You've made a decision about the influence of a man who made songs people have based other songs on against a man who freed a nation.
You every time.
Did it Free Nation?
That's still under British rule.
What? Which part of it is? Not his part.
No, but also, it wasn't just him for fighting for the freedom.
Yeah.
He went to Clash. We just talked. He didn't even
Pogues.
sing
He was in the Pogues as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, he was.
One on
Oh,
one
he
as-
was definitely the number one guy in the poll. What the hell are we doing?
No, that's a bad argument.
Yeah, well,
What's the final decision?
no,
No.
you made it.
Oh God.
No, you made it.
But Dan didn't fight in someone else's war for a little.
Yeah, which Strummer did.
Oh, I forgot about
Actually, now if you want more cool stories, Dan Breen went to America, right?
After the
war
fight
of
against
independence.
obesity.
No, him and fucking Al Capone ended up fucking like having battles because he set up speakeasy and Al Capone was like, no. And he was like, yes. And even Al Capone couldn't kill him.
That'd be
No
cool.
one can kill Dan Breen.
That'd be a cool thing to mention before final decisions. Unfortunately, no. So we'll do Dan Breen again next week against, I don't know,
Where to fucking
against
go.
the Falcon.
Snoopy.
No, it's going to be against you. You're going to bring fucking, you're going to bring Captain America or some fucking made up shit again. And we're going to.
I brought some of the most real shit. By the time this episode is released, it probably will.
Adam's going to be hosting. Adam's afraid to go against me again because he knows I'm going to fight him physically because he's won in the most disgusting way.
I don't like when Adam wins. He's the one who brings the autographs and stuff.
Before I got here, a deal has been struck.
Well, what?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe if your guys struck a deal, things would be better now.
My guy did strike a deal. That's why there's 6. Anyway.
You can match and lit the gasoline. No,
This podcast's a farce.
It's a farce.
It's a farce. I don't
No
like
fuss.
it. It's a farce. Listen, get in the comments and call us fat. Because these
I'm not really done.
scumbags.
Please don't.
There we go.
My mum called me fat.
This is fucking...
No, but we're still recording, right? That wasn't in.
Right, so wrap up.
Wrap up. Follow us at the Hero Podcast on Twitter.
Don't.
Yeah.
Hero Podcast.
No, not Twitter. That's the only one we don't.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Oh, we don't have that.
Follow us on that.
Tag us on Twitter for months. We don't have a Twitter. Oh my fuck's sake! Right.
Actually,
the Hero.
wait, when this comes out, follow us on our new Twitter account at the.
It'll be in the comment.
Yeah, we'll put it on.
Don't bother. This is a farce. And you're like,
It's closed. What the fuck are you talking about?
I fucking lost all faith in this.
That's just so loose.
I've lost
You've
all
lost
faith.
all faith in this.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
my-
going to be like Joe Strummer. I'm going to go join a different podcast. I'll fucking...
Oh, good luck finding a new podcast. As if you're the Joe Strummer of this podcast.
I just let you do some of the singing.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, TikTok at the Hero Complex Podcast.
We got anything else to plug?
Washer dryer, 400 quid, O&O.
Hammersmith's Comedy Club.
Oh yeah, come to Hammersmith Comedy Club.
That's me plugging your gig now.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, come to
I've wasted my plug.
Hammersmith Comedy Club. Come
Can you
to,
cheer up?
Nope.
come to see all three of us in Glasgow at the Glasgow International Comedy Festival.
Where's he supporting you to?
Yeah, you both
Oh,
you
fine.
both supported me
That's fine.
on tour.
So you're doing what on his half an hour?
Anyway, we'll discuss this.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Cheers.
Thank you.